You don't panic and go and try and put that mask on your children. No, you put the mask on yourself first so that you can breathe, so that you can help other people. As we go on and on and on down the path of madness, of mayhem, of crazy bonker behavior, as we get one new slap in the face after another, as we're told a new tale after tale, like it's always been, right? Regarding what's going on out there in the pandemic, so-called. Well, they tell you masks work, they don't work. Socially distance, yet you're in the supermarket and you're all crisscrossing each other. Go to school, don't go to school. This business can open, that business can open. Whilst we are engulfed in that chaos, it can start to become overwhelming, tiring and exhausting, and I know exactly how you feel. And right now, people are starting to drop, they're starting to fall, they are getting fed up. And if you look out on any alternative media out there, you'll see that a lot of people are making a stand, they are fighting back and standing for their rights. And in Italy right now, thousands and thousands of restaurants have reopened, and when the police come along to give them a fine, they're saying, go away, we're paying your bills, we're employing you, and they're right. So it's beautiful to see that so many people are opening their eyes and they are looking outside of the mainstream narrative, and they're beginning to make decisions for themselves. But at the same time, there are many people right now who are listening to the same old stories, the same old talks, and when there are politicians going on TV pretending to cry when they're actually laughing and sniggering at the same time, then we've got to really ask ourselves, what is going on? Even for those of us that have our eyes open and our hearts enlivened, this madness is still going on. So what can we do? What can we do to strengthen ourselves and to make a stand whilst all this goes on? Well, the number one thing, this comes before anything else, and not just during a lockdown, but at any time. It is always the foundation on which everything else is built. And that is to take care of your health. You see, if you want to be the best mother you can be, the best employer or employee, if you want to be the best husband, if you want to be the best guitarist, if you want to improve in any endeavor in your life, then you must first take care of yourself, which means take care of your health. If you're going down in an aeroplane and the oxygen masks come out, you don't panic and go and try and put that mask on your children. No, you put the mask on yourself first so that you can breathe, so that you can help other people. Right? You put your own oxygen mask on so that you can breathe, so that you can then help other people. Well, the oxygen mask in this case is your health. So before you try and take care of your kids and ensure that they're entertained, that they're being homeschooled, before you try to save the world and come up with solutions to this mayhem that's going on right now, it's time to get healthy. Now, I know that for too long now, and I've been guilty of this, people are staying at home, they're not moving, they're getting takeaway after takeaway. Well, it's time to take back your power. So start by moving your body. Get outside and move it as much as possible, and do it inside as well. There are you can go on YouTube and you can type in yoga, qigong, HIIT fitness classes. There are so many things out there. Type in Edu Portal. Type in Edu Portal Florio workouts and do some of that stuff. That's some of the best stuff you can ever do for your body. It will open it up completely, and when we are open up, We're open to all the beauty, all the energy, all the high vibe that comes into the body. And then we're able to think much more clearly, laser focused. So move your body a lot more. Do some stretching. Sit in a squat. Don't just sit on the desk all day long. Get up every hour, move around. Go outside in your garden. And whilst you're outside in your garden, this is the next part, start to get in touch with nature. This is another key component to health, is to connect to Mother Nature, Mother Gaia. And take a walk through the forest. If you can't take a walk through the forest because you live in the city and you're not allowed to go out so far, go to the park. If you can't bring yourself to go to the park because it's cold or raining, go in the garden. If you don't have a garden, then find a plant pot in the house and put your feet on it. Because you see, when you get grounded, when you connect with the earth, then magic happens. And one of the most powerful things that occurs when you get barefoot on the earth and you get grounded is that you reduce inflammation. And there's a lot of inflammation that is caused through negative thinking. Because there's a whole whirlwind of negativity out there, of low vibes, it's easy to become inflamed in the body, but you can counter it by getting outside in nature and avoiding NDD, nature deficit disorder. And whilst you're outside in nature, or if you're inside, like if for whatever reason you don't want to go out there because you're afraid, I understand. And if that's the case, then start to breathe. Because especially if you're wearing a mask, right, which is really a sign of consent. Because what do you do when you want to silence somebody? What's the image for that? It's a mask. But if you are one of those people that is wearing a mask, then it's super, super important that you take the time to breathe deeply through your belly when you're at home, and particularly outside if you can, in nature, in your garden, whatever, deep breathing. Now, breathwork again, search for it online, type it into YouTube. Breathwork, there's so many options out there. Type in Wim Hof or Marcel Hof. They both have excellent breathworks that you can do that will serve you powerfully. And finally, what else can you do that will make you more positively productive during this lockdown? That pertains to taking care of your health, so that you light up, that you raise your vibration, so that you can be the most powerful, beautiful, effective, magnificent self, so that you can go out there and make a difference, make a stand for what you believe in, take care of your children, come up with creative solutions to very serious problems, create a more harmonious, beautiful, brighter future. What can you do when it comes to improving your health? You can learn to eat better. You are what you eat. So learn the difference between dead, cooked food and alive, living, raw food. There's a big difference. When you cook food, when you put it in the oven, the microwave, on the frying pan, you destroy the enzymes and the biophotons. Enzymes are responsible for our ability to assimilate and digest the food. Yes, the body produces enzymes, but food comes with enzymes in them as well, digestive enzymes. And when we cook them away, then the body has to work extra hard to make up for that deficit. And over time, the body can't keep up the pace, and it leads to all sorts of problems. And at the same time, we cook out biophotons. What are biophotons? That is sunlight energy that is stored in the nucleus of all living plants. Is the energy from the sun. And when we consume it in its raw, unadulterated, uncooked state, then that sunlight energy, that photon that has now become a biophoton because it's been absorbed into the nucleus of the cell of the plant, is now stored in the nucleus of the cell of you and me. And why is that important? Because that coherent sunlight energy switches on your third eye. What's your third eye? It's your sixth sense. What's your sixth sense? It's your intuition. And when your intuition is activated, then you are able to discern and see what the truth and reality is out there. You're able to look at certain people on the TV, certain stories, certain politicians and so-called leaders and say, something about this person's vibe, it doesn't feel right. And then you can look at other people, some smart, beautiful, earth-loving scientists and doctors out there who are telling a different story to the official narrative, and you can look at them and say, yeah, I feel aligned with that. Because your intuition is switched on, because you're eating raw, living foods that haven't been cooked. Now, how do we do more of that, you say? Well, the easiest and simplest way, in my opinion, is to make smoothies. Make smoothies for breakfast. Smoothies are not juices. Juices go through a juicer, you take the fiber out, it's just the liquid. Smoothies have the fiber intact. They're more filling and they're full of nutrients and they can taste fantastic and amazing. And again, there are a million examples of smoothies online. If you want to find out more, go to my website, infinityinspired.com. But you can find recipes anywhere. So try and integrate more smoothies into your lifestyle. Replace your breakfast, your bacon and eggs, your porridge, your cereal, your toast with a smoothie. Let's say 3 bananas and 2 big handfuls of spinach and some coconut water. Done. Simple, easy. That's a breakfast. That's an empowering breakfast. Each banana is about 100 calories. So you're talking about 350 calories when you put that all together. That's more than a bowl of cereal or a slice of toast. And way more nutrition. And it's alive and living. So it's got the enzymes in, which means it digests and assimilates easily. And it's got the biophotons, which means that you have that connection to source, to life itself. And you're switched on and alive, baby. So they are my tips for part 1 of how to be more positively productive during a lockdown. Take care of yourself first, your health. Get outside in nature. Move a lot more, whether you're inside or outside. Breathe deeply. Take the time to do breath work. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, and eat more living food. Start with fruit, start with vegetables. It's a great way to go. And I've been doing that myself, recognizing that human beings, from my perspective, have a dysfunctional mind, and that if we are going to re-empower ourselves, then we've got to start thinking more powerfully, and we've got to step outside of the box. We've got to change the story. We've got to rewrite the paradigm. And we can't do that when we have this dysfunctional mind that has created this separate self, this distorted negative self that talks to you all day long. We can't think clearly. So in order to think clearly, we must take out the trash. We must clean ourselves up. And so at the moment, I am on day 3 of a smoothie, of a juice feast. And a juice feast is not a juice fast. A juice feast is where you have an abundance of juice. I'm having 3 to 6 liters a day. And on day 3, how is everything going for me? I'm actually on day 4. But I'm making this video in the morning and I'm sharing my experiences from yesterday. So yesterday, which was actually my day 3, I found it to be all right. I found it to be okay. A lot of people, they struggle over the first 3 days when they do things like this, but I've got some experience. And what I have going on here is I found that I had only 3.5 liters and I'm aiming for 4, and I only had 3.5 liters because I got busy with other things. And I found that by the evening I became quite hungry and I started to feel a little bit tired, not too tired, but I started to get quite hungry. I woke up this morning and I'm pretty hungry. I still didn't eat till much later, but I'm pretty hungry. So that's how that's going so far. I didn't go to the toilet as much as I would have liked yesterday, although I did go to the toilet. So even though I'm not eating solid food, I'm only putting in liquid, alive, living, raw, fresh fruits and vegetables, juiced, packed full of nutrients and antioxidants and enzymes and biophotons. Even though that's all I'm taking in, no solid food, I'm still going to the bathroom. And what's coming out of me is it's stuff that I don't want in there. I do not want it in there. So I'm going to the bathroom still. I got to make sure that I take in more juice so that I've got more energy and I've got more calories. But I'm sleeping amazingly well. I'm sleeping fantastically. I'm sleeping like a baby and I feel great. So I'm grateful to be on this journey and to be cleansing out my mind and my body and my soul, so that I can be my most vibrant and bright self, so that I can be more effective and therefore serve you. And it starts by taking care of my health first. Why am I taking care of my health first? Because I have only true love for you and for every single biological living being on this planet. I know that I am you and you are me, and that we're all connected. And ultimately, we're all in this together.